Good morning, y'all. Nib Wars with the 21 months of subbing. Genie with the 10 months of subbing. Let's go. How are y'all this morning? How is everyone this morning? I love that name, Nib Wars. Back in the Nib Wars 2020, we survived. We survived. Slumberland Studio. Have fun at the doctor's appointment. We have doctor's appointments this afternoon for the kids, regular checkups, so we won't have a super long stream because I got to get stuff done before I leave early to spring the kids from school, which I don't know if they love today. So they'll be all right. They'll be all right. How are we doing? We really are doing a pen cleaning this morning. I've almost had a morning of danger. All right, you crafty people, I'm looking for a nice pen now. All pens are nice. Just what's going to be the nicest one for you. We believe in all the pens here at the Pen Addict. So we got to find the right one for you, Cujo. We're glad to help. So this is what we're in for today. We'll show this later once everyone gets here. Well, it's a little close up, but yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Lots of pen cleanings today. Might have to rearrange this desk a little so I don't wreck things. Still in bed. It is pretty early. 10 o'clock, 7 a.m. Yeah. Oof. Early. Good morning, Schmevelin. So, I changed all my Twitch logins yesterday. So, I reconnected everything this morning before we got started. So, I'm glad to see everything looks like it's working. Bed is the way. I should stream from bed. Again, that's a different channel. I had a weighty pen someone gave me as a gift once, but I can't find it anymore. Did you like the weight, or did you like the, or would you like it a little bit lighter? I'm already tracking towards a Retro 51 Tornado for you. Already tracking the Retro 51 Tornado. Don't tell my husband I'm in bed with Brad. Yeah. I like the weight, but it was all too far back. It was poorly balanced. Yes, it was poorly balanced. Hey, why not, mother? Yeah, look up Retro 51 Tornado lacquer. That's a good gateway pen. Studio Neat Mark 1. That's great, but like for the first one, that's like 3 times the price. It's like $60 instead of $20. Just, visually look at it. It's not a heavy pen though. It's light to moderate. It's not a lightweight, but we can definitely get something heavier. Do you like metals? Do you like plastics? CWM Chapman, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing okay today. Love my Pen Addict Retro 51. Still a prize pen, but need to snag a refill. You can do that. I prefer the 8126 Schmidt refill. You like metals, I reckon? Okay. We can work with all this. Like DP LaFall was saying. Studio Neat Mark 1. Oh, here we go. Got to get different pens to match all my keycaps. Definitely look at Retro 51 then. Definitely look at Retro 51. See what they got. Then you can get into something like, Shown Design, which, I wouldn't do this as a first pen, but this is a pocket ballpoint. Glad to find the channel after listening to podcasts. You're awesome, CW Chapman. Glad you made it. Can you tell us about the nib you had a picture of this morning? I will. I'll bring that up in just a second. Retro 51 is nice because you can get a ballpoint refill. Yeah, you can swap around the refills pretty easily in the Retro 51. I've had gel refills, ballpoint refills, and rollerball type refills. So, Odo Flash Dry, yeah, that's kind of like a great refill. The visuals throw me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, Sam the Red. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I do like that. All right, let me pull up this nib here. Baron Fig Squire is a good option too. Yeah, a lot of people like the Squire. Looking at a craft site last night because I was thinking of signing up for a paints class. They had an FP 101 class, and that baby is $90 and you get a Metro. In person or online? Oh, the Acroball. Acroball is like a little, a great little pen. Like, it's a great writer. Yeah, you're doing good with the Acroball. I haven't tried the Snyder. People over there said the Schneider. I hate saying that name. Jellian, G Lion, Zoom. Yeah, that's a little. That's a little. That's a little pricey for a Metro and a what maybe an hour FP 101. Yeah, that's a little steep. Yes, got on to change your password. I changed all my passwords this morning, reset the keys, reset the 2FA. The only problem, Twitch, if you're listening, I know they're not listen. They're probably in here in this top 100,000 streamer. The new password page, they want you to have a complex password, but they don't tell you their rules. So I'm just having to bang out 2 passwords every time until I meet whatever magical rules that they want to implement for a strong password. So there's no guidelines. It has to be this many letters, this many characters, this many special characters, and all that stuff. So it took me a while, and like there was no guideline, so I just had to guess. Okay, is this enough? Is this the right characters? What are we doing here? So yeah, that was good times. All right, let me. Good morning, Mark. Let me pull this up real quick. Interested in bonuses? Here, let's pull this up right now. Yeah, but it's not on there. It's not on the literal password page, Patrick. Right? If I go to the literal password page, there should at least be a link to the page that tells me what your strong password rules are. Viewers should change their passwords also. I use a password manager as well, but when I'm cross-platform on Mac and Windows, it makes it better for me to have something I can manage a little bit better. Schmevelin with the gifted sub. Let's go. Thank you, Schmevelin. Hey, I found a specialist pen retailer. That's literally our life. So, am I interested in bonuses, Chad? Use the Instagram mobile app to set up bonuses and start earning money. Pass. Pass. All right. This is what we're about to deal with here. This was the pre. 1 password, yeah. I just don't want to pay for the license on the Windows machine because I really only use this for streaming. So this is what we're looking forward to here in a moment. But this is what Schmevelin was asking for, or asking about a minute ago. I'm with you, Brad. It took me about 10 tries to get a password to accept. Yeah, like I appreciate you having a difficult password. Tell me the rules. All I'm asking for you is to tell me the rules that you want to work with. So, which is weird, seeing that they had this security breach and want everyone to reset their passwords. You think they'd be on top of that? Yep. Somehow, pen retailers are easier to find here than keyboard retailers. Maybe, do you want to give up your region? Like, are you in the U.S. and like we can help you like wherever you are in the world? All right. So Schmevelin asked, "What's up with that nib you posted this morning?" So I was working on building spoke pins yesterday. You can see I built this one yesterday, which I thought was really cool. Someone ordered that setup. You're in South Africa? Oh, that is harder. There you go. Yeah, I don't have the South African market covered. Whatever happened to that pin case company that they sponsored me once? I forget. They did a good job, but yeah, I'm not up on the South African retailers. So I was building pins yesterday for spoke building and shipping. So oh, cool. Yeah, well, that's like a good option. Sorry, I'm getting this squirrel. Yep, like this is what I'm talking about. Like look at that. I mean, that's gonna match all your stuff. Look at that. Boom. There you go. Cool. So before, when I'm building the pins, I have to assemble all the parts. There's the barrel, the cap, the barrel sleeve, the grip, the converter, the nib. So I'm assembling all the pins from parts. So while I don't sit there and tune all the nibs, like make sure it's like perfectly smooth or just like dead on. Like I'm not spending like 15 minutes per nib tuning them, but I inspect all the nibs with my loop. I want to make sure like the tines look good, like everything's squared up and even. The tines aren't misaligned. I'll adjust all that stuff. So I'm inspecting each of one of these as they go out, and I'll like test write them dry just to make sure like I didn't miss anything picking on there or something weird. So I'll adjust them as necessary. So I went to inspect this one yesterday. So I pick up the nib, put it in, under the loop, and I'm looking like, look at the cut on this. Y'all may not be able to see it on mobile, but the cut of the tine is so off center. It's like crazy. So like this is just a manufacturing defect, a manufacturing flaw, I should say. Right? This is how the nib came. And like obviously I'm not going to send that out to a customer, right? So I hadn't seen one like that. I did send one out without a tine slant somehow. Did you say Spoke is shipping this week? Some are. Yours aren't yet because I don't have. Brian still got the anodized groove sections. So unless he ships those out, he's probably going to ship them to me to ship it, which probably won't be this week. So I looked at your order. So as soon as we can get the grooves in my hands, I'll ship them. But I shipped everything I physically have. He just had to finish up some of the groove anodized, but he sent me a picture of all the trays. They're ready to go. I just don't physically have them yet. So I don't know if he'll ship those out or not. So yeah, that just goes into the pile. So I won't worry about it too much. Yeah, I shipped a bunch of orders yesterday, but I didn't ship everything. If it had a groove, an anodized groove grip, I did not ship it. But the brass grooves, titanium grooves, and most of the knurled grips and parts like that all shipped. So there you go. So that was a nib find yesterday when I was inspecting stuff. So yeah, that's how I do it. So just set that one aside and moved on to the next one. But I just thought it was a weird one. So there you go. All right. Let's look at some pens this morning. Let me get this. Let me get my desk rearranged. Grind that one into a stub. I could probably grind it into a needle point. All right, let's see how we're going to manage this morning, making the least amount of mess while I can get to my keyboard still. All right, that needs to go here. That needs to go here. That needs to go here. All right, careful on this one. All right, we did it, Chad. All right, so we're going to do it. All right, first thing we have to do is decide what we're cleaning. I want to see that green spoke. So this one is not getting cleaned. So that's what I got to go through first, is determining what's getting clean and not getting clean. This is the new British Racing green color. It's got a brass internal sleeve. Oh, you're in the right place for keyboards too. Yeah, they're pretty full. Those are pretty full bowls. And then it has the brass grooved grip. So this is the one I've been using. And it's inked with Robert Oster Fire on Fire, which I love. Do I need to refill this? I'm keeping this one inked. I've got like half a converter left. So I really don't want to clean some of these pens, but I need to because I haven't been using them. Like I'm in that phase right now, chat, where like there's some pens I just don't want to clean, but I'm not using them, so they need to be clean. Let me adjust. See if I can get this one out of the light. Well, that will work. Nah, it's still gonna be lighty. All right, let's move it back. So this one stays inked. So we're gonna try to stay less than 6 pens inked to fit in my brass town. Do you like grooved grip the best? That's a good question. I need to think about them and get them compared, because it's also a little bit hard to compare this to what I've been using because of the weight, right? So the brass has a good heavy feel, but like I like the knurled too. You know, I have the knurled one here. I gotta find a nib for this one, or maybe this could be my drill log pen. I'll probably build a new pen for my drill log pen. So would that match well? I almost feel like I need a black barrel for this insert for the drill log. So yeah. I wonder, are the drill log tips gonna fit in the cap? Ooh, that's a question. Y'all wanna see the answer to this question? Now that I think about it, we gotta see if it'll fit. Oh, that's a pretty good color. That color kind of works, right? All right, let's see. I'm going to be very happy if it fits, but I'm not holding my breath either. Let's see. Toasty sent me my nibs back. This is 0.5, right? So there's the drill log nibs. This has to be 0.5. Because this looks longer than the traditional number 6 nib size that we build. Let's see. So this will go in here, and this will probably live on my desk in here and write with. So this is how this is going to be set up now, right? All right, wish me luck. I don't know if it's going to fit. Man, it just barely fits. I'm trying to make sure I'm not touching it. I don't feel like I am. Just by the hair of my chinny chin chin. So yeah, it fits. So there we go. All right, so this stays on the desk here. That is now my desk inking pen. All right, so we gotta get these parts out of here. All right. That was close. That was close. It was very uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable screwing that in. Because I mean, that tip is the most sensitive part of the pen. I mean, that's how I messed up the nib on this one, right? So this one's getting cleaned. This is the Parker Vac Golden Web. And even though you can't really see it on this camera, you can kind of see how these tines are misaligned, and that's because I hit the bottom of the barrel. Hit the bottom of the bottle on the ink well when I was filling it up. So, and I'll show y'all when I dump this ink. You know, this piston, you're pushing it up and down, and I'm doing like this, and I'm moving the bottom of the nib against the bottom of the ink bottle, and it split these tines. It's not fixable, but I want to clean it to be able to fix it well. I tried to fix it inked up, and it's just not working for me. So this one's getting clean. Now I need to try the drill log in my icon. Well, you have to have a special fitting for it. It's not going to fit your standard nib unit. See, Brad, that's another reason syringe filling is best. You're not lying. You're not lying. All right, the Vac Iris, this stays inked. I'm enjoying using this more than I thought. I like the ink. So yeah, that stays. So there's 2 that are staying inked. And here's number 3 that's staying inked, the Newark. So I just inked this up. So these stay. Probably line this up for a review pretty soon. The TWSBI swipe stays. This is just kind of like my desk pen. Like I'm not going to clean this pen on purpose until like I clean out the cartridge and I mean until I empty out the cartridge, use it up, just because I want to see how long this lasts. And like this is kind of like the desk beater pen. If I need something to write with in a hurry, we can use this and I can refill it with the cartridges. Like I'm not concerned about this one. So this one stays inked, but it doesn't go with the rest of these. It stays here. Oh, that was cool. You do that and it messes up your camera. So that actually lives on the Smand. So I'm not doing very good, chat, so far. I've got 3 that are staying inked, 1 that's getting cleaned, but in here is where the real magic's going to happen. Like most of this stuff's getting cleaned. I know 1 that's not, though. I'm enjoying the Homo sapiens. I'm enjoying this pen a lot, so I want to keep using it. I've actually, for the first time in my life, have wished for an ink window on a pen. I'm usually indifferent. Like clips, some clips are good, some clips are bad. I don't have to have a clip, whatever. Ink windows, I don't care generally, but right now, I want to know how much ink I have left in this. And it's kind of bugging me. But I'm going to keep using this until it's dry. Again, your swipe cracked, where at? Can you tell me, are you able to tell me like exactly where? Can you point it out? So again, I'm keeping this one inked and keeping using it. Because I'll probably review it eventually. So like these 3 are eventual review pens, so I want to keep using them, right? Where the clip connects. So up here in this part, it cracked, very small. That's a beautiful Homo sapiens. Yeah, like that was one of those pens that's years in the thinking. Okay, I mean that's something to keep an eye. Do you, Fury and King? Do you, or who was asking, with the swipe? The do you clip it a lot? Like do you clip it to a shirt or a bag? Man Sedan. Yes, sorry, Man Sedan. Do you clip it a lot? Mike's clip is cracked. This bodes well for a clip redesign. I see this as a positive. Are you clipping it a lot? I guess is my question. Or did it happen some other way, you think? I don't see any crack in mine right now. But yeah, this is it's good news. Maybe we can get a clip redesign. All right. So I think most of the rest of the stuff we're cleaning. So I went early on these. I only have 2 more pens I'm allowed to keep inked. So let's see how this goes. Oh, crap. There's another one I'm probably keeping. All right. You clip it in a pen case, so you're going over the lip all the time. So, okay. I'll start clipping mine. Mayora Impronte Policipo. This one's getting cleaned. And I'm probably, chat, don't get your hopes up today. I'm probably going to give this pen away to like Pen Addict members or something, because I will never use it. As much as I like it, this one's just going to get cleaned and filed, and I'm going to pick up my Leonardo's before I pick this up. I really, really like it, but I probably won't use it. It probably doesn't need to stay in my personal library. Right? Does that make sense? Pens can be great, and they can also be something that you don't use all the time, so you need to either not buy it or, move it on. So I think I think I'll probably just clean this out and use it for a giveaway pen later down the line. Clipped it to my jeans a few times. Okay, so basically I need to start using the clip to see what happens. Is the grip the big differentiator for you? It's more the size in the middle. It's very comfortable. Like there's nothing wrong with the pen. I like the grip. You're gonna see me have the Kasama out in a second, which is even more aggressive grip. It's just the general bulk of it, just the bulkiness in general, that I think I would prefer the straighter, slimmer Leonardo. right? If I have 2 pens to pick up, if I only own 2 pens, I have this and I have like say the Leonardo Mango, I'm personally going to grab the Leonardo Mango, 9 times out of 10. And then I just use this one, 1 time out of 10 because I felt guilty that I wasn't using it. That means I need to move on from this pen. So I'll probably give it away. The swipe clip is affixed so tightly, even slight movements can cause enough stress to crack the acrylic. And no, Mike's clip did not crack. He just noticed how tight the clip was. Oh, yeah, my clip is deadly tight. Like, yeah, the clip is aggressive. So maybe we'll get a clip redesign. I would like that. So we're cleaning those. Cleaning the Esterbrook. I love this pen. I was going to review it. But I just sent Sarah one to review. So we don't need 3 reviews yet of this. We already have 1 review up. Sarah's going to do a second one. And I'll just continue to enjoy this pen. This pen I'll probably just keep in the library. I like this pen. It's very Pelican M205-y. Yes, Sarah, I sent you a package Sunday or Monday. So you probably have it today. With the stuff I've been promising you. Whoops. So, great pen, great little pen. Pelican M205-y. But I'm going to clean it out for now. It's just not getting enough use. You need to cheer up this week? Good. You will like the package. I just realized. Oh, you can add me to the list. It's mega tight. Hey, Josh. Hey, Somo. This one's in the maybe list. I think I'm going to keep this inked. It puts me up to 5 now. How much ink do I have left in this? I probably got a lot of ink. I haven't been using it much. Less than half. So this is my Nakaya Midori Decapod. It's pretty good. Pretty good pen, chat. All right, we're going to put this in the maybe. This is the first maybe. I forgot this was under consideration. My Y Studio Classic Revolve 10th anniversary pen came in, and their in-house nib is lovely. Got it in fine. It was perfect out the box. Awesome. Awesome. The Nakaya is made out of ebonite with urushi lacquer on the top. So the base shape of the pen is ebonite, and then over the top of the ebonite is urushi lacquer. Yeah, the nib is modified. I don't think you can show it. No, please ask all the questions, Samogi. Please, please, please. Feel free to ask all the questions. So the nib is modified. I don't think I'm going to be able to show y'all in here. So what it is, yeah, you can't be able to see. Essentially, the nib is thinned, right? So they took layers off the underside of the pen to flex the nib a little bit more, right? You can see how bouncy it is. But that flex doesn't come from cutouts in the wings or in the shoulders. It comes from thinning out underneath the nib, which is wild. I never knew such a thing existed. Yep, the bodies are ebonite. So we're going to keep this one inked up. Alan Shootco with the gifted sub. Where's your alerts, bro? Man, bad day for mouse work today. Oof. Where's my mouse? Let me get this alert button working. There we go. All right. Thank you, Alan. Amazing. All right, question for you. You're a pro, so you can sure tell me. What do you think is the best way to create a gusher from a cheap pen? Cut the middle line on the feed. It's probably seeing if you can get some slight separation in the feed from where it sits, where the nib sits on the feed. If you can get a little bit more of a gap for it to hold more ink, right? So the nib sits flush on the feed like that, right? So this is my nib, and this is the feed. So the nib can sit tight on there and restricts flow, but if you can loosen it up a little bit, the more ink is going to pool between the nib and the feed, and I think you might get some more ink. Also, step 1, clean the pen, yes. All right. Man, we're already up to 5 pens kept. I'm only allowed to keep one more pen. The who. And how about open up the wings of the manta? How do you mean? Namiki, I think it's getting cleaned. I don't know. I can keep one. Yeah, you've cleaned them, so there's no... Ooh, golly. This isn't going my way, chat. Queen Panda, welcome. This is not even remotely going my way, because there's one in here I have to keep. Because I made a commitment to it. So that puts me at 6 already. And that's the Shown Ultim. It's eyedroppered. I'm not dumping all this ink. Brad, your head video is behind the chat. Shouldn't be. See, this is why I haven't been doing the pen cleaning, because there's nothing in here I wanted to clean. All right, let me look. Esterbrook Nouveau Blue. I hadn't seen that one. I saw another Esterbrook that's coming out. I haven't seen the... Send me the Nouveau Blue. Jesse! What's up, Jesse? Thanks for the subbing. All right, you're going to make me go look on stream now. Pen cleaning. So I have the chat. Yeah, the chat's not in the way. I mean, my head's not in the way. The chat stops. The chat terminates above the window. Pour ink back into the bottle? No. Well, I want to keep it. So I was just thinking, I just forgot that I made a commitment to that ink. Jacqueline got married. I know. I'm sad I couldn't make it. She's the best. Yeah, I'm not going to pour ink back in the bottle. You generally don't. I've done it before, like way back in the day, but I really don't do that now. Are chunky acrylics coming back in fashion? How do you mean, like is this chunky? I don't know exactly what chunky. In the phone app, yeah. I don't know. All right, Kasama's getting clean. This is what I was talking about with the grip section. I think Tam Servo was asking me about the grip section. Is the grip section a problem? It's not. As a chemist and a microbiologist, I say don't do it. I agree completely. So I'm going to keep... I mean, this is one of my favorites. But yeah, it's not the grip that does it for me. This actually sold me on the this extra concave grip section. So that one's getting cleaned. Even though I said I was going to review the ink on that, we can wait. You're allowed to talk about any pens here. There's no such thing as a cheap pen. They're just your pens. Hey, Momo Crafting. Enjoyed your stream yesterday. Any pen. Almost any pen. I mean, I said the words bear and fig earlier. What do you expect? Pretty much any pen. I mean, this one's tough. As in the material, looks like it has chunks instead of swirls. Yeah, like big chunky acrylic's always in, I think. We'll see. I'm already at 6. I gotta clean it. I'm gonna clean it. Schmevlin with the gifted sub to Momo Crafting. I'm glad y'all all hung out and got to meet Momo Crafting yesterday. She's been awesome with the stationery stuff recently. Really, really good. Know what I'm looking forward to? The Mark II. I supposedly have one of those. I'll take it if you don't want it. It's probably like my #1 pen. So you will never get your grubby hands on this one. But that doesn't mean it needs to stay inked up all the time. I think I'm just gonna clean it and sit it for a while. And then when I don't, the problem is I have all these pens I need to work on, right? I need to use these pens for various things. This one gets held out a little bit, right? Even though it's my favorite pen, it gets pushed to the side because, okay, I need to use this because I might review it. I need to use this because I might review it. I need to use this because I might review it. I need to use this because I want to use it. I need to use this because I might review it. So I stopped picking up this one. So I'm going to clean it. How long have these been inked roughly? These two have probably been inked the longest, and probably 2 months. Like you say, roughly 2 months. So this is where we get into a problem. I inked this to use with the converter, and I haven't been using it. We're gonna have to have some hard decisions here. We're gonna have to make some hard decisions. I was asked a fountain pen question in an interview yesterday. No way. Like on purpose, like they knew something, or was it just random? Found my nail grail nib. Cross point is called. Yeah. Nice. So I might have to cut out one of these other pens. Let's see. This is bad. If their business was a fountain pen, which fountain pen would they be? So they knew you. They knew you then, right? And did you say Esterbrook? Because of the tradition of the company, but the modern focus that they're going on. That's what I feel you went with. Lamy 2K. Nice. We got a problem, chat. I'm gonna have to make some hard decisions here. I need to review this pen. Do you keep pens and ink away from windows so they don't get any UV exposure from the sun? Yes, I do. It is an issue. I would keep them away. So, Fury and King, yes, you want to keep them away from UV. Ink bottles, pens, pen storage, all that. We have a real problem here. All right, I'm gonna clean this Nikaya. This is the Decapod. It's been inked up longer than this Nikaya, which is the Piccolo. If there are any fountain pen shows in Hungary, it would be worth a visit. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Can you get to Amsterdam this weekend? And also look up Pannonia inks. So, do we think? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like if I clean this one, it just needs to get it's just gonna get refilled again. So, all right. Let's see. Blue ink, blue ink, blue ink, blue ink, blue ink, purple ink, orange ink, blue ink. 6 blue inks. We keep yelling at Brad to make the Brasstown double wide. That would be cool. That would be cool. That's why I'm trying to keep it to 6. I think I'm going to just break. I forgot how many new pens I have in here inked up. All right. Let me set these all back in here for now, and then I'll decide if there's 2 more that I can clean. Probably putting them in order of keep them inkedness. Did y'all see the new King of Pen Mandarin we talked about yesterday? That is an aggressively priced pen. Jesse, do you have the link to the post? You can post the link in the chat. I wish I could have been there. It just didn't work out for me to travel. But yeah, feel free to post that in the chat. Super excited. All right, let's start cleaning. We're never going to get this done. 40. Oh, get composted. Yeah, you're on my thought. This is why I haven't cleaned the pens. I can't decide what to do. All right. All right. This is some good stuff. All right, we're cleaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a start. It's a start. Thank you, Jesse. All right. So when I'm cleaning pens, you know, if I have, hey, good morning, Gamma Gamma. Enjoy your lurk. The banana KOP, yeah. I do like the color. So when I'm inking up or cleaning a pen with a converter in it, I'll just pull the converter, and I'm usually doing this over the sink, and I just pour this down the sink and, you know, just rinse it out through the sink. But since I don't have that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump the ink in this bowl that I prepared. So we can just dump out most of the ink in here. Wow, it like there's a bubble came out of it and it totally splashed all over the desk. This is why we have several layers of protection on the desk, and it still didn't totally help. Well, now we have Imperial Purple here. So glad you don't have this problem. It's a good problem to have. All right. I guess that purple ink's just going to stay. It's probably on my shirt too. That's cool. All right. So that's what it looks like. So I'll just... that's why I usually use a cup for this. And then I'll just run it through the water and get this out. Finding a gold nib in green to match my new workplace. Like a green pen with a gold nib? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's why Inkdependence Mike's desk looks like unicorn vomit. So then I'll just shake this out a little bit. Try to get all the ink out of here. So it's cleaning out pretty well. It just takes a minute since I'm not really like flushing it. Then I'll put it in the clean water. Make sure we're good to go. See what it looks like. Still a little bit in here. You can soak these too if you wanted. They use a Hunter Forest type dark green. You want a metal pen or an acrylic pen? So when I shake out the converter, you can still see there's some purple ink in there. So either works. Well, I really like Sailor's Epinard, if you can still get it, but it's got a black nib, but I think it's a cool pen. Pelican green is always good, but it's a little bit brighter green. Like Pelican green stripes is always good, but it is a little bit brighter. Karis Customs does some green anodization with the ink. You know, it's kind of this color green. All right, so where's my nib unit? All right, so we'll take the nib unit, and if y'all haven't seen me do this before, I know a lot of you have, and a lot of you do the same thing. What you do is for Platinum, Sailor, and Pilot, you can get these nasal aspirators, cut the tip off so it'll fit around here. So what I'll just do is just put this around here. I'll kind of stick it under the water so I'm not making a huge mess on the desk. 42 pens at the inked at the same time. That hurts just to think about. So then we'll give this a couple squeezes through the water. When I'm cleaning at the sink, normally I clean the sink. Your daughter's a genius, Tessa. When I'm cleaning at the sink, I don't worry about spraying stuff everywhere because the sink's pretty deep. But you can see I'm running through this again through. In my view, the Epinard is Sailor's best pen. Don't say that because I didn't buy one and I'm kind of regretting it. I think it's a great pen. Do you ever take out nibs and feeds to clean? Yes. If I do this and I feel like I haven't gotten it like wonderfully clean, I can take them out. But I don't really do it on the Japanese pens because one, they're easier to clean, and two, they're harder to get the nibs and feeds out. But on other nibs and nib units, all your Yovo and box stuff, yeah, I take those apart. But only if I'm having a problem. I won't do it by default. All right, so there's still a little ink in there, so we'll run this through the clear water one more time. 60 pens ink last week. Good grief. Yeah. You'll make me feel better. Head spinning for sure. For sure. All right, that's looking pretty good. So yeah, if I do this, like that's a pretty good normal clean. You know, there's no more ink coming out when I shake it. So we'll just put this back together. I do leave the converter out, unless it's a very particular converter. I just leave the converter out to help it dry out a little bit. Leave it uncapped maybe for a little while. Let it kind of air dry on the inside. Something like that. Now this one, the Milky Way, the hardest thing to clean in this pen is the converter. This nib cleans out just like impeccably well. But this converter, it's probably almost time for me to clean this pen anyway because I've used most of the ink. So this is probably a good call doing this one. So this is the Con 70 Pilot converter. It will take more effort to clean this converter than it will this nib. Yeah, I should do this in a cup next time. Give me a little bit higher wall. All right, so we're gonna do the converter second because I do clean that in a particular way with a syringe. This nib will clean out just flawlessly. Same type of deal as with the Platinum. You got to use a wider aspirator, but it's really just to close out the hole around here. Whereas the Platinum, you just go over the top of the post. I just shot water everywhere again. So we can run this through pretty easily. Probably shouldn't do that. So when you have clear water like this, you can see like how, if there's any ink coming through. I know y'all can't really see it on camera, but like the bottom half of the pen, you can see a little bit of ink trail coming out through there. So we'll just run this through a couple times. And I probably won't have to do this one again. It's just really, really good. Good morning, Molly. Clean all my converters with a syringe if it's a screw converter. Screw it all the way down so it cleans quicker. Yeah. So let me find a spot on here. I'm going to wrap this up in here, shake it out. It might have a little ink, but it's going to have very, very little. Good morning, Shubor. So literally no ink there, just water. That's how well this nib unit cleans out, and I've cleaned it plenty of times, so I knew what to expect with it, and that was my expectation, and it worked. Now comes the challenge. And I don't even look forward to this. I have like 3 Lamy converters that I want to syringe with because of the ink behind the plungers. Yeah, do those have a, can you screw off the back of the Lamy converters? I don't know. So we're going to put this here. Now this is where the problem starts with this. So I'm just going to try to get some of this out by, the hardest part is lining up the syringe. I'm going to try to just get some of this out. I might even have to take this offline because it's just going to take me too long, but I'll show y'all. Like this little plunger doesn't really care for this. So what we're going to do... Oh, I already took it out. I knew this was coming, so I was ready. Yeah. I knew that I was going to have to clean this Con 70. So we're going to put it in the clean water here. And then we're going to... I'll show y'all afterwards. You can't really see it now. There's a little rod here in the middle with a rubber stopper here. This has a very high likelihood of going wrong on my desk. So we're just going to do this a couple times. Try to flush out some of this ink. Y'all can see the stopper in here now, and you got to get around that to get behind it. It's real pain in the ass. Excuse me, but so, and there's still just like a ton of ink residue in here. You can see just the blue. Well, you probably can't see it because the background's not that good, but you can see that this is it just takes more effort to clean this converter. I do usually squirt into the inner tube. What do you mean? Like I'm sticking the needle in there? Like, what do you mean? So we'll leave it at this. I think it's pretty good. See, you do this, and then like this is still completely full of water. It's just the best, worst converter on the market. Line the needle up with the center tube and squirt water through it. I haven't done that. I haven't gotten that obsessive with it. But that's pretty good. Like, if only every pen was easy to clean as a Pelican, that is a fact. I'm with you on that. Pelicans are super easy to clean. This Pilot's super easy to clean. It's just not the converter. So look, I still got ink in here. I mean, most pens aren't great with shimmer to clean. I mean, some are. That's not really fair. It's like saying, oh boy, my car didn't run real well on diesel today. Brooks, what is up? All right, we're going to hit this one more time. I can never get my feed clean. Well, then that's when you have to disassemble them. Like if I'm still having an issue seeing ink after I've cleaned it, I will disassemble it. Take the feed out, clean it separately. Got to get a sonic to clean out those particles. Yeah. I haven't used my ultrasonic in a while. Haven't had a need. All right, this is as good as this is gonna get. Twisby Ecos are the only one I put diesel in. That makes sense too. That's a good shimmer ink pen, right? Because you can get the stub nibs in them or the broad nibs, and they're easy to clean, and you won't care if you like gunk it up a little bit. This converter I do keep with this pen, but I'll let them air dry a little bit. Yeah, like this one I should be able to disassemble pretty easily. I'll show you. So this is the Mayora. Good to have a designated shimmer pen? Yeah, for sure. So this is the Mayora. I used it pretty well. Oh, I actually used almost the whole thing. So this one is actually due for cleaning. It's empty minus a little droplet there. So that's pretty good. Also, this converter stays. Stays with the pen. As I just ink my fingers. You will get inky when you do this, but you'll get over it soon enough. Talking about Pelican, I have a few Pelican ink cartridges, but I feel like those inks are a lot less wet than the Diamine bottle inks. You are onto something there. The stock Pelican inks, like the 4001 series, are dry inks. Like they just are. Like that's as good as you're gonna get from them. I actually got too much inks on my finger. It's a little sticky. Thanks for the gifted sub, Brooks. Hey, check this out. Were you here earlier? Where'd it go? Oh, here. Oh, let me get this off the screen. It would be cool if my alerts ever looked. Boom. Check that out. I was worried it wasn't going to fit in the cap. But it does. So there you go. I will be using that frequently. All right. Let me finish this converter real quick. Again, this converter stays with the pen because it's branded, made for it, yada yada yada. The generic converters, even the platinum ones, like I won't even keep them with the Nikayas necessarily. Because they're generic, they're swappable. I figured you did, but then it didn't hit me until I was inking. Until I said, "Hey, let me put this in." Then I was like, "Oh no, is this gonna fit?" And then I figured it would, but yeah, it was there. Leave it in teal. Looks nice. Yeah, I think it looks better than I thought it would. I thought I was gonna have to get a darker barrel, like a black or gray, but I think it looks pretty good. All right. That one's good. All right. So what I will do, whoever's asking about the feeds, what I'll do first is run ink through it here, and then I'll remove the nib and the feed after. So I go ahead and clean it like this first. It's probably wasted effort if I'm going to take it apart anyway. It's just a habit. It's just the dyes and components they use for red and orange. They're just the chemical is different. So yeah, red and orange inks are generally drier. Oh yeah, that ultramarine would look good. I think I'm gonna do ultramarine with a titanium. I think I'm gonna build one of those this weekend. Ultramarine with titanium. So, all right. So since this is just like a screw-in nib unit, you just take it, unscrew it, right? So we'll just unscrew it here. Okay. And then what you'll do is you'll need to pull the nib and the feed from the collar. My fingers are a little wet. Dry it off a little bit so I can pull it. So you just pull it like this. And you see why sometimes you want to do this, because this gets trapped up in the housing, right? So if you're never pulling these, you might have some of this extra stuff. And then what I do with this stuff is just dump it in like my clean water bowl, and it comes right off. Do you have an axle for a side-by-side? No, I need to bring like a whole kit in here. I should just have a whole kit. So you see that ink just rinses right off. And then same with the feed. Nope, that's a good question by you. Is I need to just put up the do a kit. I use the standard axle in the shop, and like you can rinse water in here, but it's really like you can just, I mean, dip it in water. It's really good. I soak the nib unit once in a while. Yeah. You can totally. I do that too. Stretch. So, and then this literally just rinses out. You don't have to do anything. You want to be very careful with these feeds. Any of us who've used fountain pens a lot have probably snapped these feeds in half, right? They're very fragile. So I just kind of pat it dry and let it sit here for a minute. And then you just put it back together, snap it back in, and you're good to go. But it's good to do that from time to time. Especially on pens with added nib units, they like the non-manufacturer nib units, they're generally designed to screw in and screw out pretty easily. This Kasama will be the same way. I always want to turn this in the wrong place. It unscrews way up here, and I keep wanting to unscrew it way down here, so I'll get it like this, trying to screw it or unscrew it, but it's actually way up here. That's how different this pen is. Hey, Killer Sheep. I just got to your email this morning, and I can finish it up after stream today. All right. This one was about due cleaning, too, so I'm feeling pretty good. I used most of these pretty well. There's still, I don't know, not even a quarter left. God, it's actually really low. So good. I'm actually happy to see most of these pretty dry. So what I want is a gap between the feed and the nib. I mean, we're not talking much, right? We're talking like it's almost not visible, but you can like flex that a little bit and see if you can get some space in there. And that way the ink will pool a little bit more, but like that's why I worry about saying things like this, because you don't really want like a visual, you don't want to really see like a visual difference. Like this is a microscopic difference. You just need more ink getting to the nib. Hey, Dr. Mr. Punny, thank you for the sub and appreciate you. Wow. So this was Sailor Delaware. It's not coming out so great. I do like the Sailor Delaware ink, though. It's pretty cool. Really good red. I mean, not red, like a hot pink. Cleaned my Safari yesterday, and I didn't dry my feed before popping in a turquoise cartridge on it. Not long. Get a paper towel. Run it. Draw out some ink through the paper towel, and you'll notice pretty quickly that you'll be fixed. It won't take as much as you think. For this one, I will actually go ahead and unscrew it before. Golly. This really doesn't want to get this ink out, does it? So you could unscrew these from the back. Maybe. I'm going to end up breaking it. Yeah, you can go on YouTube and see how to make your nibs wetter. All right. That's good enough for now. I could syringe it like you were saying. But, yeah, that looks better. There's still a little drop in there. This one I am going to go ahead and remove the nib from, because it's hard to get the aspirator all the way down there and attach to the back of the nib unit. I don't even know if it would. I guess I could seal it off in there, but it's kind of pointless. Oh yeah, we need to change this water out. I'm gonna change this. That red Delaware is like an oil slick. I'm gonna change this water real quick, chat. Give me 2 seconds. This is sketchy. All right. That was sketchy maneuver, chat. That was like an oil slick. Whew. Could bottle that water and sell it as a custom ink. It would be good watercolor ink, probably. All right, where were we? We are going to... so that Delaware ink, I'll show you this real quick. So that's the Sailor Delaware State ink. That's the gold sheen from the ink, or the green sheen, just on the back of the feed. So that's something I might want to soak, like when I'm done with this. So let's see how well it cleans off when we do this. What's the name of that blue pen in the middle? Mayora Imprante. Oh, this actually does clean pretty well. It does have a good seal. So do you have an F&F feed on that Kasama? I don't know. It's something Mark Backus made for me. So we'll look at it. It must be. Like, it's a different feed, and it's got a... It's something he put together for me when I bought it. It's actually his pen that he sold to me because he knew I wanted it. So he set it up for himself and then ended up selling it to me. So we'll look at it. Y'all can tell me. Let me get it cleaner. I think you're good with that number inked. So I'm gonna end up with like 8. 9 or 10 in ink, but 3 or 5 aren't getting used enough. Yeah, that's where I get. This ink is a little bit sticky though. So yeah, Mark did this. So how can I tell? Like, it's definitely an ebonite feed. Let's undo it. Is that blue paper towel special? Yeah, it's called a shop towel, so it doesn't have as much fibers in it. So yeah, it's an automotive. I got it at like the automotive store or Amazon, but it's literally called a shop towel, and it's like it doesn't pull very easily. It's very durable. It's like reusable, and then it doesn't have all the microfibers on it, so it doesn't get in the nibs. So there's the feed. You can tell it actually rinsed off pretty well. Brad, you should ink up your Pilot PO or Platinum UEF. I should. I need to get these down. I need to get my currently inked pens down a little bit further. But we're gonna go ahead and unseat this. So again, like, you can see the ink that stays up in the housings here, right? You don't have to get under here and clean them, but it's not a bad idea, right? I don't do this all the time. Like, you see on my Pilots and Nikayas, you notice I didn't do that at all. But you can just rinse it. You just want to be careful. Especially with these feeds. All right, you just want to be real careful with the feeds so you don't break any of these parts. Just treat them carefully. Cleaning pens is the first step to inking up more pens. Truer words have not been spoken. But yeah, the UEF and the PO have not been inked up in a little while. Y'all probably can't see the nib grind. This is a Blade Turk on here. I don't know if you can see the angle, really. This would be a better picture with my iPhone. But yeah, this was Mark's pen that he set up for himself, and he and I have similar likes in nib setups. So I bought it basically as is from him. All right, last couple. So this is the Esterbrook Paradise JR. This is the Lemon Twist. This one I've used the least. I've only used like half a converter here. Although it's inked up newer than the rest of these anyway, so, or more recently. This one's probably only been inked up a few weeks, maybe 4 weeks, where the other ones have been inked up more like 8 weeks. Do you have a go-to ink to pair with the UEF for flow? I'm really just, I've been using just Platinum's cartridges. I haven't gone outside of that yet for the UEF. I'm open to recommendations, but like I'll use Carbon Black in there. I use the Pelican Blue Black Mount Fuji is what I use the most. And then I'll use the Carbon Black, both in the cartridge format. And I don't think I've used anything but those 2 inks for the UEF. For the PO nib, I'll use anything. I'll use mostly the Iroshizuku Konpeki because I like a bright ink in that fine of a nib. Whoa. That had a lot of ink. For all that cleaning, look how much ink came out of there. That's why you can't just rinse them sometimes. You got to check them out and see if you need to do something more, like syringe clean it or take it apart. That was a lot. Yeah, when you get into that ultra extra fine realm, there's a few more unwritten rules that I have, just like personal rules. Like I won't use anything and everything in those. But that's more of a me thing than like a, an actual reality. But pens with specific nibs, I usually have specific inks for them that I've tested out and like how they perform. And then I'll stick with that. And then if I want something fancy, I can throw it in some of these other pens, right? Like if I want just to use some real random ink, I don't have any problem throwing it in this Kasama whatsoever. I took apart my piston. It's never been the same again. You can check on YouTube for some of that too. You're right. That can be a challenge. I've run into that before. I think I've only used Pilot Blue Black in my 912. I've only used Blue Black in my Murex. So yeah, I definitely have some Blue Black only pens. Like my Murex is definitely one of those. Hey Mike, how's it going? How you been? Just doing a little pen cleaning today. We're getting there. Not too many catastrophes yet. Pilot Blue Black is just a great all-around ink. So this was Robert Oster Blue Lagoon in here. And it's really hanging out a little more than I expected. Look at that. So we're taking this one apart for sure. when you see, like, that's a lot of ink after flushing it. Like, you just know you're gonna have to go in there and do something more than what you just did. Oh yeah, I gotta open up my field notes. Making a batch of ink from local cat mushrooms for drawing. Yeah, it's for drinking. You know it, Mike. You know Mike's gonna be in the. Y'all check out Mike's art later today. Once he's into the mushroom tea, then we'll know what's up. His birds are gonna be tripping. That's not a squirrel. That's a porcupine. But that's awesome. I can't wait to see it. Oh, sorry, Toby. Toby thought I was knocking. So we're 100% taking this one apart. Because it looks like a mess. Yeah, they used the 70-pound paper in this this edition. All right, you can see here, lots of ink. I guess maybe this feed does. I was trying to pull the feed out. Maybe I think these are Schmidt. I think on these small, are these Schmidt converters? Like this doesn't come out. Oh, there it is. There we go. Maybe Yobo. I don't remember. See you, Schmevelin. Oh, green onion sprouts. I do need to do that. Thank you. What was the theme of the latest field notes? Harvest. So it was American artist. I forget his name. And a bunch of like fall type of fruits and vegetables. Or was it all just vegetables? Yeah, this ink did not really play nice with this feed, to be honest. And I haven't seen that before. But the key with that field notes is the paper. It was the heavier weight paper. There was an apple. Yeah, I thought there was fruits. So let's see what this is. Contemplating a subscription even though I really can't afford it. I mean, you don't need to subscribe. They make so many of them now, you can just buy the one-off stuff. Like, see something you like. If you like it, buy it. The add-ons, like the freebies, you don't need to subscribe just to get like the freebies. Although you do get a little bit better price, right? You get a little better price. All right, last one. I'm gonna go get a fresh water for this. That Delaware makes this water look bad. I'm gonna go get a clean water for this vac because I'm gonna flush it out pretty well. So hang on, let me go switch out this other water because I'm not gonna take this apart. This is only gonna be like pumping the filler system. A lot of people say that fountain pen friendly paper matters a lot either. Oh, paper is a lot of times everything. Here's my hydrate. I needed that. All right, let me swap this water out and then we'll get the last one going. Has anyone else used that Sailor Delaware ink? Cleaning it out now, I'm starting to have some concerns about it. It performed great in the pen. It looks awesome on the page. It seems to have a almost like a thickness or like some kind of oily, I don't know, cloudiness when I clean it out. But it performed great on the page. It's just a very opaque ink when I clean it and mix it with the water. Brad just realized your bowls are the same kind that I use for when I clean my knives. Yeah, salsa bowls. Who are you sending the back to? Just me. I'm going to try to fix it. If I can't, I would send it to Martin Ferguson at Martin's 51. I think I can fix it, though. It's just the nib alignment issue. I've never... You know how many Sailor inks I use, Mike? I've never seen one like this. Like, I know you can't see really the consistency of the water in this bowl, but when I poured out that bowl in there, the inks were split. Like, it almost rejected... I poured out that ink, and there was a streak of blue and a streak of red in it. I've never seen one behave like that. All right, so I'm just gonna empty this out into here first, and then rinse it through here. So this is Waterman Mysterious Blue. So does anyone else have Delaware? Oh, so this is this little pump filling system. So I'm just gonna get out the ink here. And then we'll bring it over here. Because I want some pretty clean water in here. So I'm just gonna sit here and do this for a while. Like, I really don't want to take this pen apart. It probably wouldn't come apart very well. It's just going to use this sack anyway, and I'm just going to continue plunger it. Like, it's not translucent, it's opaque. Yeah, Delaware's a very rich ink, which is funny because I noticed 0 issues on the paper. Like, out of the nib and onto the page, it was brilliant. I'm only seeing it when I'm cleaning it up. Look, it looks like it's made this Waterman like an oil slick in it. That Sailor ink mixed in 90% water is forcing the other inks to do that. It's a little bit concerning to me, not going to lie. Nice pen. There was another Golden Web up for auction on eBay the other day. Sadly, I was outbid. Yeah, it's a cool pen. I'm mad I messed it up. All right, so I can already tell this is the water. Even though this water is mostly blue, right? It's not that, filled with ink. It's just this Waterman, which is very easy. I can actually see it. You probably can't see it, but it's actually running out really, really clear. Chemistry with water, with the other inks. I think with water. I don't know. Like I said, I had no issues with it whatsoever on the paper. I can assume that one of your viewers won it. I doubt that. So then I'll just look and see. I'll just check that it's mostly just clear water coming out, and you can see it's mostly a little bit, but I can see a little bit of blue tint, so I'll just run it a little bit more through here. And some of the blue tint is going to be the water that I'm bringing in, right? I don't want to go refill the bowl again because this will be good enough. Like you can see, there's hardly any ink in there, and it's more likely the blue water that I'm sucking back up in from the bowl. So when we're done, I might go run it through the clear water one more time here, right? Like off camera, I'll go run it one more time. Make sure I get everything good to go. But yeah, this looks great. This cleaned out very well, honestly. And this pen only gets Waterman ink, so if it's, a tiny bit of blue left or something, I wouldn't care. I do want to get most of the water out of it, though. Perfect is bad, unattainable is stress. Yeah, for sure. Like, there's levels of cleanliness in your pens, right? I have learned, once I got to this phase where this didn't bother me, I knew I was good with not getting the pen, like, back to a brand new situation, right? Like, it's gonna be okay. Yeah. That cleaned out very, very well. I'm happy with how that cleaned out. I will go run it through clear water once, and then it's good to go. All right. So what have we done here? Let me get a clean towel because I get to do some splashing. I'm gonna get this Nakaya, some of these pins cleaned off a little bit. Just from water splatter. I don't normally clean. I don't normally have my dry pins this close to where I'm actually doing the work. The Ackerman 28, it's reasonably wet. I mean, it's diamine ink, so it's reasonably wet. It's probably one of my favorite inks. Brad, you introduced my wallet to Dangerous Territory Birmingham inks. Yeah, I like them. Like, not everyone does. Like Mike doesn't love them, right? There's different models. There's different ones that work well, some that don't work as well. So just a matter of testing them out. I don't think Hofguardia Grown is super dry as a heavy user of that. That'll be my first Ackerman bottle I drain, and I say that I'm only like halfway through it. I mean, it's not like it's lubricated or saturated. I just don't think it's dry. Is that proven? I've never seen a definitive source. I just like saying it because everyone assumes it. I mean, the tests have been done. The chromatography's been done, and I can't tell a difference. Like, there's definitely been side-by-side tests that there's no way I could pick out the different ink. So I'm comfortable enough saying it. You'll have to go look. There's a chart out there on the internet that says what ink is what. If you wanted to try, like the diamine, whatever, it could be grass green or whatever. That's the number 28, and see if you like it. And it's essentially the same thing. I have not found a Birmingham ink I don't love. I mean, out of the crisp inks, yeah, I like them. I'm not sure yet on the permanent, the washable, the sheen inks. I'm not sure. I'm gonna jam with those, but we'll see. The crisp inks I love. Eroded bronze is the reason why I'm not cleaning that diamine. I mean, that Diplomat pen. Is it a Reddit chart? I don't. It's probably came from Fountain Pen Network. I would just Google Ackerman diamine ink comparison chart, and it'll probably come up on Fountain Pen Network. Would be my guess. If one were to guess. So a lot of times I'll leave this out. I'll leave the pens out to dry. But most of these are pretty dry today. Have you had a chance to check out the new Private Reserve stuff? No, but I got a bottle of turquoise right here, and I sent a bottle of burnt orange to Jeff to try out. So we'll have reviews on that stuff pretty soon. Have you tried any yet, Paul? Has anyone had a scenario where a pen started misbehaving kind of out of nowhere on a cross-country road trip? Halfway through, I had a Twisby Eco just start absolutely dripping ink out of the nib. I took it apart at the hotel and ended up leaving behind. Whoops. That's pretty aggressively different behavior. I don't think I've had anything like that aggressive. Like, was it an altitude difference, right? Like, were you out west or in an area where you were changing altitudes, like several thousand feet in a day? That's kind of the only thing I would think of. I was in Denver, so possibly. We need all the information up front, Dr. Mr. Punny. I just crossed the Rocky Mountains. I think you're good. I mean, you lost the pen, but that's why. I mean, that's going to happen. It just is. I mean, look at my Ultim. I mean, my Shown. Brian, 6 months of subbing. Thank you so much. Where's my Ultim? So this is just sitting on my desk, right? especially with an eyedropper pen or like that piston filling pen where there's a bulk ink capacity and the opportunity for larger air bubbles, there's just like some escaping that happens. And this pen hasn't seen anything but the elevation of my desk, right? It's just going to happen sometimes, right? So yours was definitely an elevation issue, I would be safe to say. But like if you can manage that, like I don't hesitate to fly with pens. All right. So I had, what did I end up with? 8 pens inked. I think we're going to leave it at that. I'm happy with these 8. Actually tried some of the Infinity Green and it almost bleeds through Tomoe. I think I have Infinity Turquoise. Let me pull up my bottle here. I got you, Mafia Geek. Yeah, but like I guess my bigger point is people shouldn't hesitate to fly with fountain pens. Kimberly's going to do an article on that soon because she's been traveling. The air in the pen is the problem, not the ink. Right. So you want your pen to be full capacity, right? No air bubbles in the converter or the chamber. That's the goal with elevation and air pressure. Yeah, I'm a pilot and I've had that happen a couple times. Helpful to use all of Brad's tips and keep it from leaking. Yeah. And yeah, I tend not to, if I know I'm going to write in the air, I'll just choose not to use a fountain pen. You can do it. Phoenix, thank you for the bits. Appreciate you. Yeah, go on an airplane. I make sure they're filled to capacity, and then I store them upright. I take my brass town. I store them upright in the seat back. Just don't forget them there. Maybe I should air tag my brass town. So yeah, that's the one I have. So who was saying that? The Infinity. Mike, have you tested the Infinity inks yet? So who was saying they bleed through the Tomoe? So I'll be interested to try this. It's on the short list, but I don't need to ink up any other pens right now. You haven't posted reviews yet? You want to give us a spoiler? My Shown Ultim does burp. Yeah. It's actually it's if you're eyedroppering, it's just something you're gonna have to live with and know going into it. Yeah, send an email. Did Sarah mention that earlier about the new Esterbrook? Someone put that link in the chat so I can pull it up. I want to see if it's the one I've seen. Thank you, Mafia Geek. I'll pull that up for everyone in just a second. All right. They could be uncapped for a long time, pretty wet like the rest of the PR inks, maybe a bit more bleedy than average. Okay, that's kind of what whoever, I forget who was saying that earlier, but like a little extra bleedy. Not impressed with the private reserve ink samples. Not Infinity, but regular. Yeah, so I have Infinity. Is Burnt Orange regular or Infinity? I think Burnt Orange is regular. So Jeff's got the Burnt Orange. I have the Infinity. We're going to test them out soon. Oh, yeah. No, I haven't seen this. That is pretty. Let's see here. Welcome to Esterbrook. We'll send Robert Rosenberg your email. Just kidding. Just kidding. I broke it. I broke it, chat. I broke it. It was there a minute ago. Do not embiggen the pictures. Carrie, if you're watching, we can't embiggen the pictures. Bam. Let's see if I can refresh it here. Nope. All right, very pretty. You can zoom just fine. I can't even get to my keyboard, so I have too much stuff I'm trying to put back together here. That looks great, I think, right? It's chrome. I actually, For a silver / platinum trim guy, I really like the gold on this one. This seems like a really good, hey, look. This seems like a good gold complement. I like it. Might have one for the live stream tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, I'm due a package too, Mike, but I haven't, that stuff just tends to show up. I don't ever get any tracking from them. Which, hey, surprise packages. That's cool. No journal or nib? Is it not an option? Is that what you're saying? I imagine that's a challenge to keep up with the demand for that. That's what Kaweco should have done. See, I don't even get a notification. Ow. Hoping to have some of the new Colorverse tonight. What are they coming up with? Is there a link of the new Colorverse? They had Scribe on the list. I don't have the Scribe nib yet. I need to get that one. JBG. What is JBG? JBG. Is anyone, what's... Oh, Journaler by Gina. Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right, we're going to clean that one out. All right. Oh, let's put this one back together. Brad, have you done a stream showing off the plotter? I have. So if you go on YouTube, it's in, I think I put it in the title, and you can check that one out. I don't have it pulled out like in its own segment, but I talked about it for probably 20, 30 minutes. I can answer questions on it, though. I'm glad to. I have it sitting right here. Actually, we're going to keep this converter out. I need to let this one air dry a little bit more. It's a star series from Colorverse. Ooh, that could be cool. That could be cool. Constellations. Nice. That should be great. Did I tell y'all I got a Kirby sticker? I love this sticker. Sorry. Just had to taunt y'all a little bit more. Do they have Penguin's Creative drew it? Nice. Do they have do we have a preview of the Colorverse? Oh, these need to be clean. Are you doing the spoke shipping, Brad? I am. I saw your order. What did you order anything with a groove anodized color grip? Because I'm still waiting on those from Brian. So I can't remember if I shipped yours or not. Did you get a notification? Yeah, so it might be. I'm gonna see if Brian's gonna ship those or not. Yeah, that's right, you did. So I'm waiting on the groove anodized grips from Brian, but I'm going out of town on Sunday. So hopefully he's going to overnight them to me. And if he does, I'll get them out. Same thing with a couple other people in chat. But yes, I did get I got everything shipped, but things with anodized groove grips I didn't have. Which I did know I didn't have, because we did a pickup with Brian. And I was filling orders yesterday. I'm like, am I losing my mind? Because these grips aren't here. And he's like, hang on, let me look. And then he went and sent me a picture of the tray of them. So they're sitting at his house. So just a mistake on our part on grabbing the right stuff. All right. There we go. That's a cool color. I like that. Is that a shimmer? Oh, what size was this bottle? 65, 65. That looks shimmery. Ooh, that's pretty. Whoa, that is very orange. Very orange. Ooh, gray purples. Nice. Oh, these are individual bottles, not like in the little sets with the 10 mils. That's smart. It would be okay if they stopped doing the small bottles, right? Like, I think it's very cool. I think it's really cool, but maybe just make them all big. These are really pretty. Yeah, the small bottles it's a great idea. It's just not practical whatsoever. That's a great set. These are going to be great. That is I am interested in that. Small bottles would be nice with wider mouths. Yeah. Then all of a sudden it's not a 10 milliliter bottle anymore, right? So just make the big ones. And then, I mean, just can you imagine like just the constant complaints? Why can't I have this in the big? This is the only one that I like. You know, because some of the small ones are really, really good. Yeah. And man, you know what? I would do the same thing if I was them. I think that's just a cool as heck idea, right? But now it's like it's more of a challenge than anything with the small bottles. It's like, man, it's really good. So, all right, let's give something away, and then I'm gonna eat lunch, and then I'm gonna go pick up kids early from school because they have doctor's appointments. So that's why I was shipping late last night because I'm not gonna have time today. All right. Thinking about these giveaways. I keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep saying it until I do it. I need to restock the icebox of happiness. How about a big giveaway today for a big pen cleaning stream? You got New World early levels, hadn't joined, played on stream today? Nice. It's been fun. Like, it's a little grindy, but I like grindy. So, are you on the same server as me? Which I don't know if it matters. I don't know if we ever play at the same time. Cool. I joined the Syndicate, but like just because they're purple and seem kind of witchy. But if we get like, I could be talked into anything. So if anyone else is playing New World or thinking about playing New World, hit us up for the me and Mike up for the server name. I would like to play with Mike. I don't know if I could join a purple faction. Ooh, maybe we could be in opposing factions and fight each other. I have a fancy giveaway today, chat. Am I stringing y'all on long enough? I should probably put up some more of these pins. Actually, I'm going to string y'all on a little bit further. Maybe it'll be closer for Mike. I would say I would get on with you today, but I'm not going to have time. I will probably log on, though. I just wouldn't be able to, like, commit to a stream. Let's see. Need to clean. All right. Have I strung y'all on? Strung y'all on long enough yet? What should I do? I'm happy with this giveaway. I don't know if you'll be happy with this giveaway. I think you will, though. This is a big giveaway, chat. I mean, for a stream giveaway, this is a big giveaway. Let's do it like this. New World looks fun. I like crafting and grinding, so it's really good for me. How about that one? Oh, it's not going to come in. This is the burnt orange. Was it orange or burnt orange limited edition 580 AL? That's pretty cool. right? That's a cool giveaway, I think. Sorry, it's not. Like, it's not even opened yet. What did they call this color? It's the orange one. Oh, there it is. Fine nib, 580 AL in the orange. So this has the orange anodized grip and parts on the inside. You can't buy it from me. No, you cannot buy it from me. So yeah, let's give this to someone. Y'all watch me turn my fingers into color. So, you know, like, I don't want y'all to feel like, I feel bad. Sometimes I only give like small notebooks and stuff. Like, those are cool too. So like, don't get, you know, not everything can be an orange TWSBI 580, right? But hey, it's in the icebox of happiness. Let's make a happy day for everybody. Oh, before I do that, while I have your undivided attention, no streams next week. No days, okay? I'm taking next week off. I need a break. So no Tuesday, no Wednesday, no Thursday stream. There's still a podcast. There will be no streams next week, okay? Got to take us a little break here. It'll be all right. I need a break. So we're going to do that next week. Chill. I'll be completely around. I just won't be streaming next week. I can just host you. You should be like in my host, like, what do they call it? Like it should like automatically host like some people. No New World streams. I mean, I might New World stream before next week. Like, if you see me between now and Sunday or next Tuesday, it might be a New World stream. But no more Pen streams. No Pen streams next week, then we'll be back the following week. All right, TWSBI 580. Sorry, I had to get to my keyboard. All right, giveaways open. Just do a chair stream. That would be funny. What do you do for fun on breaks? Actually, I'm going to St. Simon's Island, which is a few hours away from me, and I'm going to read and go to the beach because it's going to be like 85 degrees all week, just for a few days. But I'll be working. No, not by myself. My kids are out for a fall break. What are you reading? That's a great question. I got to figure out. I'm going to get some... I need to finish the Black Farmers book that I've been reading. I forget the title of it. I got a new Yvon Chouinard book, the owner of Patagonia. I got his new book, the Life Lessons book. I have the Queer Core book that I need to read. That was a Kickstarter. So I've got plenty right now. What I need to do is figure out what book I'm going to do for NaNoWriMo. So we'll see. So yeah, I need to get through some of my books that I have before I get into some new books. 30 Celsius, where do you live? Georgia, United States of America. South Georgia. Or central Georgia, southeastern U.S. So it's still warm here. So yeah, we're going to take a few days with the family. So no streams. Have you considered song lyrics instead of a book? I did last night at Talonay. I'm playing around with that in my head. Like, I could do some albums. But I was thinking about that last night. So I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm still leaning towards book because I do song lyrics a lot when I do like reviews just to do pen examples. So I feel like I wouldn't be as committed to the song lyric thing, you know? So I'm considering that, but I'm leaning towards book right now. All right, let's pick a winner. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Ryan Petriello. Winner. First time winner? Second time winner? Ever a winner? Ever been a winner? First time. Yay, first time winner. First time winner in a long time. Pardon my inky fingers on your note here. Congrats, Ryan. So email me, hello@penaddict.com. If hopefully I will ship it this weekend. If for some reason I don't get to it, it's going to be like a week. All right, that's a wrap. Y'all go hang out with Mike. He might not be live yet. Let's see. Mike is going to be live in a minute. Y'all should all be following Mike so you know when he goes live. Mike, did you reset your Twitch passwords? What are we talking about? Third part, two part? I don't know what y'all are talking about. Go turn on your stream, Mike. Even if you're not ready for like 10 minutes. Thank you, Tam Servo. I might be back. I might stream some New World between like Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of thing. I'm not going to be gone for long, just a couple days. But I'm not streaming my normal stationary streams. I just might hop on New World and mess around. It's a good kind of background game. You can just chill and talk and stop and do whatever. Thanks for all the help. Hey, we're glad to do it. That's what we do around here. Glad to do it. Yeah, so please stop by more and ask all the questions. And I hope today's stream helped. Now the problem for me, chat, the problem is I have to put away these pens, and you'd be surprised how long it takes me to put away these pens. I mean, you shouldn't be, but holy cow. It takes me forever. I'm going to watch Alabama destroy Texas A&M in the hate barn. That's funny. It shouldn't be much of a challenge. 3 a.m. Shoebore. All right, have a good night. All right, let me pull this up. Mike's going to play a game. If I get a chance in about an hour, I might jump on and see. All right, y'all go hang out with Mike. So if you're not familiar with Mike, if you're new here today, Mike also streams stationary stuff and streams a lot of game stuff and is a good friend. So y'all should go hang out with Mike. He'll be up we made him go on early. He usually doesn't go on until noon, but I made him at least turn it on so y'all can go hang out in this chat and yell at him. Brad, look at this later. Okay, I have clicked the link. I'll put that on. All right, bye.